So, hello. Today, a very important video because every day I have to answer at least 5 comments on my channel from people who ask me, what sleeves do you use? They look gorgeous. And today, I'm very pleased to present you the man, Mike Sarazin, the man who invented the sleeves I use. So, Mike, welcome to my channel. Tell us about your gorgeous product. What makes them so special? I know it. You too?
Yeah. Hi, Michael. First of all, Happy New Year. Thank you for inviting me. Um, the product actually came about because ever since I was a teenager, and I'm 56 now, so probably
Same age.
similar age. Yeah, there you go. 64 was a good year.
I'm 65, February.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm 56, so you're way ahead of me. Anyways, um, we all had records. We grew up with records, right? And as a teenager, generally you didn't really care about your records. And I jokingly say, well, you know what I miss is the turntable where you could stack the records. Especially for a party, right?
It was great. Yeah, you don't have to stand up so much.
Yeah, but I think sometime around the I really want to take care of my records. And at that point in time, it was pretty hard to find sleeves, outer sleeves, the plain polyethylene sleeves. Remember, this is 1979, 1980. And I eventually did find plain polyethylene. And what I did was I just put one on the outside like everybody else. And then I started to notice after a period of time ring wear, that horrible ring wear that we all hate. And so I said, well, I know what's causing it. It's a combination of obviously pressure being impressed through the record into the cardboard. So what I did is I took 2 polyethylene sleeves, one vertically to hold the album, and sorry, one horizontally to hold the album, and one vertically, so jamming 2 together to put the record in behind.
Okay.
I don't think I was the only guy who ever did that, by the way. I think lots of people did that.
I know nobody else who did that. I haven't. Okay.
8 billion people. I'm the only guy. Anyways, I stored my records, and then in 1982, I went off into the military for about 15 years. And I didn't really have the records with me. They were in storage. So it was like a total pressure test, right? Like, is it going to rot? Is it going to be moldy? What's it going to be like? And it was a lot of them, but it was enough to pull them back. And so about 5-6 years ago, I pulled them out of storage. And here's my Rod Stewart from 1980. Yeah. And it's in my dual pocket right now, so it looks pretty nice, I guess. But
it's from 1980, am I right?
Yeah, 1980. So you're going to notice that there's no ring wear.
No, there isn't.
No, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but on the plastic sleeve, you're going to see a slight curvature.
Yeah, if you look very careful, you see it, yes.
Yeah, that's what normally happens inside the jacket from the record to create ring wear. Now, the jacket, this is a 4mm dual pocket resealable, which was the first one I came out with. And it is one of my favorites, especially for singles, because I'm never going to open this. There's no reason to open it. Why the heck would I ever open that, right? And the only thing I'll ever do is maybe in another, so this has been in here now for 3 years. So maybe a couple more years, I'll change it out. Because, I'll go, oh, I don't like the blemish of the the rub against the record. But Rod will still look, Rod the mod.
Rod looked amazing. So the main advantage on first hand, and I felt the same when I discovered your sleeves, is this dual pocket thing, because you can completely cover your sleeve completely. It's completely covered from every side. You can touch it, you can use it. I, for myself, also, if you have nice inner sleeves, I put them with the vinyl inside the pocket. Then you have the crystal clear inner sleeves from you, from your company,
Yeah.
where you have this flat, also completely covered from dust, and then you put it inside the second pocket.
There you go.
It
Yeah,
looks
you can
marvelous.
side load or
I
top
really
load.
love it. I really love it. But sometimes people said in the commentaries, "Oh, Michael, don't put your bare vinyl into with the record in the sleeve, because you can't see that there is a second inner sleeve." So sometimes
Yeah.
people are worried about me, but they're completely secured in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that product you're showing doesn't exist in
Yeah.
cost, and COVID-19 has been horribly brutal
Yeah.
on manufacturing, be it labor availability.
But there will be
Last year,
But there will
sorry,
be a 2 mil alternative, won't there?
there's a 3 mil, and actually,
Ah, 3 mil. Okay.
yeah, this is the 3 mil here
Okay.
inside. This is an oversized dual pocket, so you can see this album's huge, right?
Same here.
It's the
Maybe I can finally get a sleeve for this cover. You know, when you compare it, then you see that.
maybe. Well, the oversized is 13 by 13,
So here you can see.
and so it gives you a little bit of room. Uh,
Yeah.
this album is 4 albums. Uh,
Okay.
I only put it in here for demo. It'll go in a single
Mhm,
pocket.
mhm, mhm.
I have it in a single, tuckable, and resealable. But this is about half an inch
Oh, great.
thick.
That's great.
Uh,
And we really
anyways,
need,
this is, sorry.
we really need bigger sleeves
Yeah.
sometimes, because there is no norm. I don't know the English term. There is not a law that says an 12-inch has to be this big on every side. They vary.
Yeah, they're not standardized.
Mhm,
The industry does what the industry wants.
mhm.
And I've I pull my hair out some days trying to make something that will do everything, but it's impossible. You get close, but if you make it too big, then there's too much material left over, and people complain
Yes.
about
Yeah.
that. Or if it's too tight. Anyways, I do have a solution for most of that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But quickly, this is the 3 mil
Ah, okay.
inner sleeve. Um,
Okay.
see it
So,
here.
so the records are also very well protected. You won't get any problems, because I think the archival aspect of sleeves, outer and inner sleeves, is very important to my viewers. That you
Yeah,
really keep your vinyl and your covers safe over a long period of time.
that's correct. So, and that brings in that big question. Archival is a bit of a buzzword in the industry, right? Like everybody says archival, archival. But ask yourself how many of them actually been tested to meet archival standards. And there's only one standard for archival, and that's the PAT test, ISO 18916.
Mhm.
And there's only two companies in the world that do that testing.
Okay.
And my products have been tested in PASS,
Oh, they have been.
the
Oh, great.
photographic, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know all the products in the world. I've been through enough of them, and I've researched deeply, and I can't seem to find anyone else that has that standard. So, is my product a little more expensive? Yes. Is that why? Yes. You know, to buy the right material that has no recyclable content and has been tested, that's the issue, right?
I understand,
Um,
and I think we have our vinyl sometimes has such a high value that it really makes sense to invest a bit into the protection of our vinyls. But I hope you agree. I think you agree. Your product can only help me over a long period of time if I store my vinyls correctly. You know,
Yeah,
don't put too much pressure when you put it in the shelf. Have them very straight, like little soldiers, and
that's right.
the best product can help you if you do other things terribly wrong.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the three components, right? It's pressure and light. Those are the
Right?
three things that will ruin your record.
Mhm.
So your records are stored nicely and pressure in there, but they're stored to keep them out of the light as much also.
Mhm.
And then if the room has got too much moisture or the heat is off on all those
Are we
little
talking?
factors.
Excuse me. Are we talking sunlight or any
Yes.
kind of light? But probably
No, UV.
mostly sun. You, yeah,
It's
yeah,
UV.
yeah.
So here's a tidbit. I am working on a UV blocking Mylar sleeve.
Okay, okay.
And
Next development step.
next to no promises, but this is going to be very expensive. The UV blocking Mylar is actually made in one facility that makes it.
Mhm.
It's a DuPont product, and well, wish me luck.
I
Hopefully, it
wish you
looks
luck.
nice. Well,
Everything
yeah,
that works for you, for me as a collector, will work too. So
yeah,
I wish you all the luck because I
yeah.
will be one of the first to try out the products if they are
Yeah.
good.
No, I appreciate it. So I mentioned something. Let me grab something. One
Yeah.
second. I'll put my earbuds on.
Ah, yeah, I know what comes now.
So we were talking about how there's no standard anymore in
Yeah,
albums,
yeah.
and manufacturers are doing all kinds of funny things. Well, trifolds. All of a sudden, there's all these trifolds in the world, and
Maybe
so this
before
is
you,
a tri.
Mike, one second. Before you show this one, because I know that that's terrible special, I show you what one can do with a, let's call it regular trifold with your product. What you can do, because you have this flap, and then you have this stripe you can turn off, and you can put it together. You even for usual trifolds, you can
That's right.
completely cover your trifold with 3 of your sleeves,
Yeah,
put the vinyls on the back, and this is outstanding to keep trifolds or gatefolds fully accessible throughout your ideas of the
yeah,
dual pocket and the stripe. This is so beautiful. It's so great. You see, here is your pocket, here is your gatefold, fully accessible with 2 of your outer sleeves. And that's gorgeous, simply gorgeous.
yeah.
But now
No,
we
yeah,
come to
that's
the
perfect.
problem.
So you used the 4 mil dual pockets to do that,
Yes,
right?
yes, I do.
Yeah. So and that works, but it's maybe thick or expensive for some people. So this is the 2 mil dual pocket, one on each end,
Yeah.
but in the center is an open-ended, dual open-ended, resealable uh, sleeve. So on the back, what that allow you to do, it's a multifunctional sleeve is what I
Oh,
call it.
that's great.
It'll allow you to make pages.
Yeah.
So those pages in between,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using 4 mils, you can use this nice little 2 mil, keeps it
Okay.
thin. Um, you can put your lyric sheet, you can add a page, you can make your own
Right,
page.
right.
You can put your lyric sheet in there. and then open your gatefold and have this that you stuck in with the lyric sheet, so you never touch it.
But those aren't available up to now, or are they available now?
Pre-order is available, and they're actually being manufactured as we speak.
Oh, that's great.
So they'll be arriving
when
in the next few days.
When I had a trifold like yours you showed, I cut that open here and put it over till the end, but that wasn't so perfect. But now that's a perfect solution. So every time something new is with you, which is great. You're it's not only the dual pocket. Now we have the how do you call those?
Multifunctional.
Multifunctional. UV protection is next.
Yes.
You know what I'm missing?
What?
Box sets. Box sets.
Yes.
I bought something, and this sleeve actually cost me $1.
Right.
And it's not beautiful. We need
€1, you mean?
No, $1. I bought it over at Acoustic Sound. No, not €1.
$1 American, Canadian?
Yeah, $1 American. Yeah.
Okay.
We need sleeves for box sets. What can you do for us? What can you do?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I had a nice design that couldn't be made, unfortunately, due to equipment limitations. Because the problem with box sets are all different. And some can be slightly wide, longer, some slightly taller, and some are slide out and some are lift outs and some are books that open. It's like, it's crazy, right?
It is.
And so that design, it was beautiful. Unfortunately, I over-engineered it and no equipment can make it. Because what allowed you to, sorry, my asthma, allowed you to do is take one sleeve and adjust it for any product.
Okay.
So it was beautiful, but it won't happen. So what I'm going to do is probably is the same as everybody else and end up coming out with a generic sleeve for
different sizes or something.
Yeah. But what I want to do is, if you lift up that sleeve you had, please. Can you show that one again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the problem with that is, if you look at the bottom, it's just, it's a bag, right?
Yes.
And you get these corners sticking out.
Exactly. Terrible.
Right. Terrible. So I'm actually going to do a bottom fold bag, which means it'll be square. Okay. So there won't be any corners sticking out. It'll be nice and square. Remember the paper bags when you open them?
Yeah.
And the bottom's flat?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. Great.
So that's the design I'm working on.
And what's also terrible with this design is you always have one side open. You can't close it. I really would like with your outer sleeves, I want to have it protected all over, because in my case, I know that's not everybody likes that, and it's a question of space. I put the records out of the box. I put the box and then the records next to the box. Because if I don't do that, I will never hear the vinyl, because I'm too lazy. I know the box, open the box, get the vinyl out. And also the box is not that stable over the years. If you make it up close, it's damaged. So I keep the records out of the box usually.
I do exactly the same thing.
Oh, okay.
For all my box sets, I take the records out and I'll use a generic outer sleeve, not outer sleeve, but cardboard sleeve, and use a dual pocket with it. So the box set sleeve will just be for presentation more than anything.
Yeah.
But you're right. It'll be available with a flap that you can seal, and then it's encased. Right? But that's the plan. It's just, once again, it's equipment. You have to picture that paper bag we were talking about. Now put a flap on it and get tape across it somehow. and that takes, and do that 200 times a minute.
Important. If it comes to production, you need
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah. So luckily, I do have a background in manufacturing and in plastics. So I used to run a polystyrene plant actually, but I'm working on it, and you know, I like to think I'm only 3 years in.
Yeah, that's
I move pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I move pretty fast. So
you did, because maybe it's important for our viewers. We are talking 12-inch now. You have nearly the same products for 10-inch, 7-inch. It's unbelievable. You covers it. Everybody gets covered. If you have many 10-inch, you have the right products. It's unbelievable, and that's huge. I don't know any company who has that variety within such a short period of time. That's absolutely impressive. Still there?
I lost you, buddy.
No,
there you are.
no, I just talked about the variety of products someone can get on your company, and of course I will put down a link to your website, web shop, of course, because like I told you, I have done already 2 videos about your products, but still I get so many questions when I do my videos and show my records. What kind of sleeves do you use? What kind of sleeves do you use? And now I hope that we find the perfect answer to all those questions when I present you to my viewers. So, what is your most successful product? Is it the dual pocket outer sleeve? What is the most selling one?
The dual pockets, they're patent pending, and I'm trying to set up distributors in Europe. There's a couple different places retailing them now, but I really looking for as a distributor. I'd like to set up manufacturing in Germany because I know Germany has some great manufacturing capabilities. So that's the big picture at the end of the day. But right now I'm focused on the clients. I have some wonderful customers all over the world.
Yeah, maybe that's right what you said, because I also around 25% of my US comes from the EU, and the shipping is sometimes a big question, but I think I was surprised about your shipping fees, and they are very moderate. And if you can do a bulk order, that makes a huge difference. Maybe you tell a little bit about bulk order, how they work.
Yeah, so a bulk is about 500 sleeves of any product. And I am told I have the lowest shipping rates for air. So 500 sleeves can be landed in Western Europe for $75 Canadian.
Which is in euro? I don't know what is it in euro. How much is it in US?
That's about 50.
50 US dollar.
About 50. Yeah.
So it's around 40 euros, and you can't say something against it. That's very, very fair, very moderate.
Actually, yeah. And I did the analysis. If let's say I had a company in Britain and I was shipping that much product, it's only about 10 euros cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's not that significant, right?
Yeah, and shipping from Britain to, for example, Germany is quite expensive. It's quite expensive to get a shipping from Great Britain to Germany. So no, don't do that. Won't do that.
Well, it's been years of struggle, but I finally got rates that I think are attractive, even to Australia and New Zealand.
And if you now do at least your bulk shipping with FedEx, and the best thing that can happen to you if you order from Germany, at least from Germany, in the US or Canada, and you have FedEx, it goes so quick. FedEx is a fantastic company when it comes to this overseas shipping. Great.
Yeah, actually, you're not the only one that's told me that. And I've been, right now, actively 50% of my orders are going through FedEx. Everything in Europe is going through FedEx. And I've had a number of customers email me, say, oh my God, an order got here in 2 days from you.
Can happen. Can happen.
Unfortunately for me, it's longer getting it out of my door.
Yeah, of course. Because maybe we have to tell the viewers that you sell your products sometimes so quick that before you get the next shipment, you
That's
only
right.
can pre-order, right? Sometimes you
That's right.
really have to wait. Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I was amazed when I surpassed 1 million sleeves sold. I've stopped counting. I don't have time. And I think most people don't know this. It's just me, right? I do it all. I do the design, I subcontract manufacturing.
mm.
I bring in the product to warehouse. I hand bomb it, bring it behind me in the basement, load it up,
and then people
and
like
then
me
ship it
comes
up.
to you and they come on, let's do a video. We have plenty of time in your hands, haven't you? Yeah,
All
but
I've
I really hope that we covered the main questions my viewers have when it comes
sure.
to inner and outer sleeves. And I'm the best example. I'm
Yeah.
very, very happy with your product. What else can I say? They are
Well,
great.
thank you. It's very nice of you, and I appreciate your support
It's
very,
simply
very
the
much.
truth. It's simply the truth. And I tried a lot by myself. At the beginning, I was a little cautious of the ultra clear inner sleeves because I couldn't believe that they are anti-static. But then I learned it's not the material that is anti-static, it's a residue that
That's
comes
right.
within the product process,
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
material that gives you the anti-static effect, right?
Yeah, and that's the problem is I'll say this as politely as I can. There's a lot of internet geniuses out there that have opinions, right? And sadly, there's been a lot of testing done. In this case, I'll give you example, the coefficients of friction, right? On all the different materials that you could store a record in. I have that testing, and I've gone through and spent quite a bit of money to get the analysis. When you look at materials, it's generally not the material that's the issue, it's the person. And,
Mm.
and to explain that, if you're taking a record, in this case, it's a poly paper, if you're pulling a record out and you're squeezing it, you're going to scratch it.
You're gonna
It's
squint,
not the
right?
material, right?
Not the
Any
material.
material will scratch a record, right? If you put it just inside cardboard, you're
Yeah,
going to scratch it
yeah,
because it's going to vibrate.
yeah.
And sadly, that's usually the problem is how we handle the record. And I'll say this, and I don't want to insult anybody, but vinyl is the imperfect media.
It is.
Great for sound, horrible for storage.
You're right.
Like, let's be honest.
Maybe that's one of the reasons we love it so much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you're worried about scratching your music, buy a CD because
Or yeah,
you're gonna.
maybe the truth lies in between, because if you handle your vinyls with care, you
Yeah.
you bring them over the time.
Oh,
So
absolutely. I mean, this Rod Stewart is
it's the best example. Yeah,
1979.
yeah,
Well, let's take this isn't a flimsy 1 mil inner sleeve, but I'm not
yeah,
grabbing the record. I'm grabbing the sleeve and
yeah,
sliding it off,
yeah.
and then I'm looking at my vinyl.
Looks perfect.
It does. There's the odd surface scratch, but you know what? It doesn't. A little pop is what we look like sometimes, right?
Yeah, a pop here and then belongs to the vinyl. It belongs to the product. I don't want to have it too often, but every
No.
once in a while, that belongs to the format.
Yeah, and I think the onus is on us as maybe old timers, jokingly, is to educate people. The younger groups or the new collectors is, the reality is it is the imperfect media. Sound's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, in record up there, the greatest hits. My God, is this sound wonderful?
Yeah,
That
they
is
are.
a beautiful, warm sound. I know it's hair metal, but I love it, right?
That's the
And I'm
most
gonna take
important.
care of it forever. When I'm 90, I'll be playing that.
Still playing it. Okay, Mike. Thank you very, very much for the time you gave us and do some explanations about your marvelous inner and outer sleeves. I hope that for the next 2 or 3 weeks, the questions about my sleeves I use are answered. When they will be coming up again, Mike, I contact you and we do another
Sure.
video.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate your
I
time.
thank you very much, Mike. See you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.